Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're going for a ride and a chat. That's right. Today, I will tell you that I've kind of been reminded this a few times in the last few days, so I thought we'll do a video on this one. So, one of the things that I've been reminded of is that when you have a child with someone, when you co-parent with someone, not that you can't say anything about the other person, you should be really cautious what you say. So, I was talking to a client and they're going through a really bad divorce, and her husband has started like bad mouthing her to the kids, and you know, all of this kind of negative energy. And I was like, I can understand that, you know, because it's kind of like a sign of his like frustration and his anger about the situation and that sort of thing. Yet at the same time, it doesn't give him the right to say anything about her to them. It's okay if he goes to complain to his friends and, oh my gosh, she's being a blah, 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 all this kind of stuff like that. Like, okay, that's legit. His friends are old enough to kind of figure out the truth and where everything goes and belongs and all that kind of stuff. But I will tell you, those kids are half of her. No matter what she's done or didn't do or did right or didn't do right or anything else, you have no right whatsoever at any point in time to talk bad about your spouse, the parent of those children. I just don't believe that ever. You can have your friends, you have your family you can talk to, you can say whatever you want, but when you start bad mouthing a spouse like that, you get into some crazy areas. You get into some really crazy areas of, that's half that child. That's half that child. Half of the DNA running around in that child belongs to that person. And now you're telling that child that you don't like them or you don't love them or they're horrible or they did this or said that or whatever else. No, it's never the right time, because I can guarantee you energetically, those kids have already picked up on your anger and your resentment or whatever it is that you have towards each other. They already know. And I guarantee you they're picking it up as if it was theirs. That they're the one that cheated, or they're the one that lied, or they're the one that whatever happened, whatever it is, they pick up on it as it was them, and they don't feel a difference. And no matter what age they are, I have clients that get divorces and their kids are, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they'll still feel it. But I will guarantee you the ones that are in the house constantly, the younger kids and the young teenagers, they feel every bit of those arguments. They feel every bit of that. And I know when my parents were kind of separating and getting a divorce and that sort of thing, like, you could just like walk in and feel the tension in the house. You could walk in and feel the anger, the resentment, all of that energy all at the same time. And, you know, we were just like, what's the deal, Pickle? Like, we don't get it. And then you would feel that on top of everything else. My dad took the upper hand in this and just said, I am never going to say anything bad about my ex-wife. And so no matter what was said, you know, if you were like, Mom is being a total blah, 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 he would listen. He would listen to you, rant, chant, all that kind of stuff, and do his thing. And he would, like, I can understand how you feel, but he would never say anything negative about her. I mean, to me, that was like such a grown-up thing for him. And yet, on the other hand, my mom would always talk about, well, you know, he did this or he lied about this or whatever else. And it's like, that's not here nor there on that side of it. It's not the kids. The kids didn't do anything wrong. They didn't cause any of this yet. But when you tell them like that, they take it on as if it's part them. And I remember as a child hearing that and going like, I'm saying, like, feeling like I had done something wrong, even though she wasn't talking about me, she was talking about him. And especially psychic children are very sensitive children, will pick up on that. Autistic children will pick up on it as well. And that is not a good place for that child to be at. It's very harsh. It is very negative, and can be really overwhelming to deal with that. Not only all the crazy stuff that goes on at school, but also the energy of dealing with that at home. It's like you never get a break from the energy. You never get this calm, peaceful, like, I can relax and take this out. It never happens. And I will tell you that it's much more harsh than you could ever possibly imagine. And it's something that you should really consider. It's hard to let that go. I've had to do it on my own, to let that resentment and that anger go, and to say, for the sake of my child, I'm going to let this go. And I think that's really important that people understand that. Like, it's not easy to do. It's totally not easy to do. But to say, if you have a question about your father, I will answer those questions. I will, to the best of my ability, talk to you honestly about it. But I've never told my child anything negative about his father. Like, that's not my place. That's not my place, ever. And I think it's kind of the hardest thing to do, but it's the most important thing to do for your sensitive children. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.